another live video. Let's wait for people to join. I am Teacher Prix, and I want to help you talk to anyone, anywhere, anytime in English. So let's see who has joined, who is gonna join. If you have already joined, tell me where you are from. Let's start chatting. Hi, Zakaria, how are you? Where are you from? I see more people are joining. Say hi, say your name, where you are from. As usual, I'm making the live video on my cell phone, so I'm looking at my computer, but I'm looking here so that I can see the chat as well. So say hi, tell me where you guys are from. Hi, Jaime, hi, Anna. I don't know the next person because it's in Arabic, so I can't understand it. So hello everyone. Anna is from Brazil. Kamel, hi Kamel, hi from Egypt, right? Hi Noor, hi Wassan from Egypt, but currently in Dubai. Wow, so many people are saying hi, cool. Hello David, hi, how are you doing? I'm sharing here on Facebook, on my page, the link. I think it'll work out. Hopefully it will. Hi, William. How are you doing? I'm doing very well. I'm very excited for tonight's video. Zakaria is from Morocco. So cool. So many people from different places. That's amazing. I don't know why the chat is not working here on my computer. This is such a bomb. I'm using the computer so that I can see the chat messages, but it's not working. Just my luck. Hi, Marcos from Águas Lindas de Goiás. Okay, cool. Someone from Belém. Hi, Rafael. How are you? I have a student who is from Belém. Oh, I hope it doesn't update, Jaime. I don't want my Windows to update, but I have the iPad. If anything happens, I should have something to support me here in case it starts updating. Hi, William. Hi, Manuel. How is everybody doing? Did you all have a good week? Did you have a productive week? Did you have a productive week in English? Did you study English this week? William is asking if I'm going to teach them the pronunciation of the world and the TH sound. For that, I will have to make a video, William, because I want to share more techniques and be able to have more visual things for people to see, but I am making a video about that. Today, I will be giving some general tips to help you, ideas of things you can do to help you improve your pronunciation. As I have been telling you guys, I ask you every week now. Hi, John from Brumado, Bahia, right? As I always tell you guys, I am asking you to post your questions for me on Twitter. So if you can, give your support and post your questions on Twitter and tag me there. Hey, Teacher Prix, can you answer this question for me? I would really appreciate if you follow me on Twitter. I would feel super happy too. I try to post different things on Twitter, okay? So I post different things on Twitter, sometimes a little bit different, some different things on Instagram as well and on Facebook. Or sometimes I share things from Instagram or Facebook to post different things, okay? Someone asked, is she Brazilian? Yes, I am Brazilian. I am from the countryside of the state of São Paulo. Now, if I tell you the name of the city, you probably won't know it. But it's Jacareí, my beloved hometown. Now, what do I have for you guys today? Today, I will give you 3 tips to help you improve your pronunciation, okay? I got this question on Facebook. You didn't post the questions on Twitter. But don't worry, I'm patient. I hope that you can post the questions on Twitter, but I got the questions on Facebook too. I got many questions actually. Some people sent messages. I read them, but I tried to choose 1 or 2 questions because then I can focus them. But don't worry, I will answer these questions. If I don't answer them during the live video, I will make a video. Actually, you guys are giving me ideas of videos for me to make. So don't be surprised if in a few weeks you see your question in a video. Okay, maybe not here, but today, but definitely in a video. And post the questions on Twitter. All right, and follow me there. I share some thoughts, some ideas. Okay. Anyways. Let's take a look at my notes, because without my notes, I'm nothing and nobody. By the way, did you see the video about speaking anxiety? I think I posted it yesterday. What did you think? Did you watch it? Did you like it? Did you share it? Well, I hope this video was helpful to you guys. I hope it helped you have some ideas of exercises you can do to work on your speaking anxiety, to work on your nervousness. Okay, let me know what you thought about the video in the comments in that video. Share with me your experiences, what you like to do when you are feeling nervous, when you are feeling stressed, when you are feeling anxious. Okay. Wesson, my Twitter account, all you have to do, go there and you should type Teacher Prix. The name of the channel is the name of the Twitter account. Okay, we have more people joining. More people asking questions. I'll be talking about these things shortly. Okay, so once someone posted this question on Facebook, I don't remember the name. I don't know if it's a name or if it's a nickname, but he asked it, Priscilla, how can I pronounce words correctly in American English? He was very specific. He wants to understand how he can improve his pronunciation, his American English pronunciation. Okay. And then one thing that many students ask me is, Priscilla, what is the best English? You know, many students want to know if they should study British English or American English. Now, one thing you need to keep in mind, guys, that it's not only American or British, okay? We have many other countries that speak English, okay? We have Canada, we have Australia. And each country will have some differences in pronunciation, in accent, in vocabulary, idioms, expressions, okay? So we need to take that into consideration. It's not just American, it's not just British, okay? And all these accents are very different. Now, imagine your country, imagine where you were from. I'm from Brazil. If I go south, I will have a different kind of accent, a different kind of pronunciation, different kinds of expressions. If I go north, I will also have different kinds of expressions, different kinds of pronunciation. The same thing happens to English. Depending on where you go, you will get a different kind of accent. You will have different kinds of expressions. So you need to analyze that before you make your choice. Even when you choose, okay, I want to work on my on American English. If you go to New York and if you go to North Carolina, the accent will be very different. The expressions, the way they communicate will be different. It's still English, it's still the same language, but with differences, okay? So this is something we need to analyze. Hi Lazaro, hi to everyone who is joining in. I couldn't say hi and I couldn't see your names. My chat is not working. Okay, it's working. Sorry about that. I can see the messages now. So the first thing you need to take into consideration is that, okay, choose what kind of accent you feel comfortable with. For example, in my case, I feel comfortable with American English. I practice American English. I do not have the perfect pronunciation, but I try. So every week I do exercises, I listen to American podcasts, I watch American TV shows, TV news to improve my American English. okay, my American pronunciation. Eddie is saying here in the chat that he likes British English, so I am sure that you try hard to improve your British pronunciation, right, Eddie? So this is the thing that you need to analyze. More people are saying, Luis is saying that he loves American accent. Rafael says he has a hard time to understand British people. Yes, it's a bit of a challenge. One thing I advise you to do is watch more TV, more British TV shows, and it will get easier, okay? There are even some YouTubers here on, well, some YouTubers on YouTube who you can watch videos from that can help you with that, okay? Very well. Now, regardless of what you choose, you need to dedicate yourself to improve your pronunciation. If you choose British English, you have to go deep, and not just with words, but with the culture, okay? And by learning the culture, you get better at improving your pronunciation, your intonation, your speaking skills, okay? Now, my tip number 1 is learn the sounds. And my tip number 3, just going a little bit ahead here in the game, tip number 3 will give you some ideas of things you can do, of apps you can use. And after the video is over, I will post in the comments the names of the apps. Okay, from the last week's video, I did reply some comments. I tried to reply most of the comments, and I posted the names of the apps, the apps I suggested. So I will do the same thing here, okay? So if by any chance I don't answer your comment, take a look at your friends' comments, because I will post the names of the apps, okay? So as I was saying, the first thing you need to do is to learn the sounds individually, okay? In the English language, is so much more about the sounds. There are so many sounds, and you need to understand, to learn and become familiar with the different sounds, okay? One thing that I see that is very common with the students is they confuse the vowel sounds very frequently. For example, the E sound, okay? Let's think about one sound, the E sound. The E sound in the word this is different from the E sound in the word eat. They are different, but sometimes because we do not practice, we think that it's the same E, these, eat. It's not. Here I made the same sound, but it's not. It's incorrect. So this, eat, are different E sounds. And when you learn that, your English gets so much better, so much closer to a native speaking quality. Now, I'm not saying that is easy, but I am saying that that is something you need to do if you want to improve your pronunciation, okay? So the first thing you have to do is recognize the sounds. Learn these sounds and then make sure you practice. Now, for example, I talked about one example of sounds that students confuse. This is just one, okay? Two E sounds that are different, okay? But there are so many more sounds in English that students have a tendency to confuse, okay? So learn the sounds individually, and the apps I'm gonna talk to you about in tip number 3 will help you with that, okay? The second thing, let me take a look at the chat because people were talking about things. Masahito is saying, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing your name correctly, so I'm sorry if I mispronounced it. Masahito is saying that he reads articles aloud at least 10 times at night and in the morning. That's great. This is a good way. And if your article has an original audio, that's even better, okay? So, for example, if you are pronouncing a word that you are not sure that it's the same, my advice is go to an online dictionary and then check that word specifically, only that word. If you are still having trouble, you are listening to the audio, but for some reason it's not working out, go to an online dictionary. For me, the best online dictionary is oxford.com. It has British pronunciation and American pronunciation as well. So that is definitely my recommendation. Okay, so if you have trouble with an individual word, make sure to check that on online dictionaries that are trustworthy, that are reliable. Okay, excuse me. Asenir saying hi. How are you doing, Asenir? Thanks, thank you for joining. Let's see more comments here. What do you do to practice and improve your pronunciation? These are the tips that I'm gonna give. Okay, John. The first thing you need to do is, if you want to improve your pronunciation, you have to take the sounds individually. Okay, because when you improve the letters, the pronunciation of the vowels, the pronunciation of the consonants, you will improve your word pronunciation. Okay, because sometimes we are not familiar with the different sounds that the English language has. Okay, let's see, but I will give more tips, and after the video is over, I will also post a link here on the comments somewhere in the description, because I already have a video that talks a little bit about that, so it would be great to complement this video with that one. Okay, let's see what else people are saying here. Yes, so I'll keep going. My second tip is link the words. Okay, Rasmus is saying, how would you go about acquiring your native accent and pronunciation, especially intonation is the key. You can get very close to a native pronunciation, but don't be frustrated if you can't be perfect, because the idea here is never to reach perfection. Okay, because I'm Brazilian and I will always be Brazilian, but I try very hard to speak with a good intonation, with good pronunciation, but sometimes I make mistakes. Now the difference is that I always dedicate myself to improving it, and the tips that I'm giving you guys here in this video are the exercises that I do regularly. Okay, I sit down and I listen to the individual sounds and I try to remember them, because that's the only way. Today I was confused about two words and I thought they had similar sounds, but they didn't. I was wrong. So that means I need to study that sound, that specific vowel sound, more, so that I don't get confused about it again. So by working on individual sounds, you will get better when you have the words. Okay, you have to become familiar with the sounds. And one thing that students tend not to study when they are studying alone. People who study alone sometimes ignore this kind of exercise. They are learning vocabulary, they are learning grammar, but this specific kind of exercise of sitting down, learning sounds, repeating sounds, they tend to ignore a little bit. Okay? Now, second tip, link the words. Sometimes do you have the impression that you were watching a TV show, you were watching your favorite TV series, you're watching a movie, and you feel like the person is speaking so fast and you have no idea what the person is speaking. You sometimes feel, oh my God, my listening is horrible. The person spoke and I couldn't understand anything. Do you ever feel this way? I don't know, am I alone here? Do you feel this way sometimes when you're watching a movie and someone is speaking very fast and you're like, sorry, what are you saying? One of the reasons why is that they link the words, they connect the words. And sometimes it feels like it's only one word altogether. And this can be very confusing for us non-native speaker. Okay, non-native speakers. So this is something that we need to be careful about. So some people are sharing here that this happens to them as well. That's great. That's nice to know that I am not alone. Obviously that some people do speak fast. Okay, but there is also this thing that we need to consider. They link the sounds, okay? They link the words, they connect the words. They say one word and depending on the next word, they will link that sound, and it will look like you will have the impression that it's only one word, and that's when we get confused. Okay, so the second thing you need to work on to have a good pronunciation is to work on the linking words, on the connected speech sounds. Now, I have had many clients who studied alone, who tried to study English alone, and this is great, okay? But this is one of the first things I notice. They have trouble linking the words because they never practiced it. They never practiced that kind of exercise, okay? So this is something I like to insist because I know, because I've had the experience, I have talked to many clients, ex-clients, friends who studied alone, and they didn't really dedicated time to doing this kind of exercises. And how do you do that? You have to read aloud. You have to try to connect the sounds aloud, okay? William is saying that shadowing may help. Yes, William, shadowing, if you don't know what shadowing is a technique, is a kind of exercise that you do. You try to imitate the sound of the person you were listening to, okay? Usually, Abdel Latif, how are you doing? Thank you for asking, I'm doing very well. So what William is saying in the chat is that this is the technique that can help you, all right? You have the script, you have the text, and you will have the audio, and you basically have to imitate that sound. I've already made a video about this here in my channel. After the video is over, I will post the link to that video as well. I think it's gonna be a very nice experience. One person I like to imitate a lot is Barack Obama. I love his intonation. I love how clear he is. So I really recommend this kind of exercise. I intend to make a second video about this because this is such an important subject. But the shadowing, William, is very important. But there are also some explanations you need to understand about connected speech, okay? And that's what I want to focus on. And you can get these explanations on the internet. I will post some links where you can read more about this. And there are some explanations to when you link the words, when you don't link the words, and when you are doing the shadowing technique, you don't have these explanations. So it would be a good idea for you guys to start reading more information about this. Read more about linking words, read more about connected speech, because this is so important to help you have a better pronunciation, okay? So one example of linking words is when you have a consonant, a word that has a consonant at the end, okay? And then the next word, it starts with a vowel sound, okay? Usually what happens is you will link these two words. So my first word, let's imagine work, okay? Work ends in K. K is a consonant. And then we have out, okay? My vowel, it starts with O. The sound is also a vowel sound, out. I will not say work out. I will say workout. So do you see how I link this? Now, this is a basic, simple example, but imagine this in a conversation constantly happening with even more examples. This is just one, okay? So this is to show you that you need to understand some rules of how this connecting, how this linking happens, okay? So for example, another phrase, turn on the radio. So if someone says this too fast to a beginner, he may have trouble to understand. Now, you probably understood this. I'm pretty sure you did. But some beginners, some early beginners, may have trouble to understand a basic phrase like turn on the radio, because the person speaks turn on so fast that it may be difficult for them to understand. Okay? Another sentence that I've had beginners who listened to this phrase, a basic example, and they couldn't understand. Let's eat in the cafe. Okay, let's eat in the cafe. So let's eat in the cafe. Okay, cafe is like a coffee shop. So in this case, I'm connecting let's eat and then eat with in. Let's eat in the cafe. So this is something that will keep happening more and more and more when you are having a conversation in English, okay? Now, another possible example of linking sounds is consonant to consonant. For example, I study English at 10. At 10. At 10. Okay, so I linked the two sounds. I linked the sound of at, it ends in T, And then 10, it's the same consonant sound. I link them. I study English at 10. Okay, now this may sound confusing for people who are not comfortable or familiar with these explanations, okay? Another example, stop playing. Stop playing. Stop playing. I link the two sounds. So this is very common, guys, and we need to make sure we prepare our ears, but we prepare our pronunciation practice to make these sounds, okay? Let me take a look at the chat. I saw that people were saying several things. Rasmus is saying, shadowing, for me, for shadowing, the problem is that depending on the level, there might not be enough time to pronounce well. Okay, so Rasmus is saying that the shadowing technique may not be so good for some people depending on the level because they don't have time to pronounce. So if you are an early beginner or if you are a pre-intermediate, the thing that you can do is you need to choose easier articles, easier and shorter stories, okay? So that's the catch, because many people, they get so excited about this kind of exercise and then they choose a very long text. They choose a very long article or a very difficult one. I would never recommend a speech from Barack Obama to a pre-intermediate or beginner student because it's so complex. There are so many words that are more advanced and it's not ideal for a student that is still in the learning process, still early in his journey. So you have to make sure that you need to adapt this exercise to your level. Okay, it's all about the level. So in this case, there are some good websites. There's a website that a student recommended to me that's called Deep English. Deep English has a very nice list of articles, and they have different speeds. Okay, you can read this article, you can listen to this article in a slow speed, normal speed, and fast speed. So this would be a very nice way for beginners to work on their shadowing technique, and also the articles, they are easier, so you can find some easy articles with easy words to practice the shadowing technique, the shadowing exercise. Remember, if you're new, if you're just joined and you're like, what is shadowing, what is she talking about? Shadowing is an exercise that you do to imitate what the other person is saying. So I will put here on the video and I will start to imitate what the person is speaking. Now, it works better if you have the script, if you have the text, because if you don't, it'll be hard to catch up. Okay? Nice. Let's see here the next, some people are joining. Hi Gil. Shabbat Shalom for you too. Thank you. Valentina is saying that she agrees the linking word is very hard. She says it's hard for her. Valentina, don't be discouraged. Keep practicing. In the beginning, when I started, it was difficult for me too. When I first started hearing about connecting sounds, linking words, I was like, oh my God, I can't do that. But I can. I was able to do it. I learned. But it takes time, okay? You really have to dedicate yourself. And this is also, if there is one thing that I notice on students, is this, okay? The linking of the words. Students tend, especially people who study alone, they tend to separate the sounds a lot. They say a word, and then they say another, and then they say another. They never link the sounds. So this is a technique you can develop, you can improve, okay? I see many people are typing in Portuguese. Come on, guys, let's speak English too. Chat here. I saw someone asking me where, I don't know how to say your, oh, it's Valmir. Valmir, asking me this question in English. And I'll answer that question to you. But most people are speaking English. That's awesome. This is great. Someone translated for me, it was Saturday of Peace, right? Gilles, is that what Shabbat Shalom means? Because I don't know. The next tip is, the third tip is pronunciation apps. Now, I am sure that you guys use a lot of apps to improve your English. I'm sure that you use a lot of apps to listen to things, for vocabulary. I know this because I participate in many groups on Facebook, groups on Google Plus, and I see that you guys really download. Oh, where do you live? I live in São Paulo. Beautiful São Paulo. Busy São Paulo, but I love it. Thank you for asking. He asked it in English, guys. He did a wonderful job. So I see that you guys really use apps, and this is great. But I don't see a lot of people talking about pronunciation apps that will help you work on your pronunciation specifically. Because let me tell you this, and I hate to say this, but pronunciation exercises are not so fun, right? They're not so exciting to do. And that's when many students feel a little bit discouraged to do these kind of exercises, okay? Especially the individual word sounds, the individual letters, the vowel sounds, the consonant sounds. They get a little bored when they are doing this. But let me tell you guys, last week I just started a new course, a new phonetic course, you know, like, why would I do that? Because I need to improve. And it's constant work, guys. It's constant work in progress. So now I am doing this course, and it basically works on the individual sounds. So I am studying all over again the vowel sounds, letter by letter, and then the consonant sounds, because that's what we need to do. And I paid for this course, but there are free apps that you can use to help you get started. Hi Uncle Davi, how are you? So the first app that I would like to suggest, and please keep in mind that all these apps, well, these two apps I'm gonna suggest, by the way, they are for American pronunciation, okay? Now, there are apps, there are apps for British pronunciation, but as I feel more comfortable talking about American pronunciation, I will suggest American pronunciation apps. Now, don't be sad, don't be angry. If you want some recommendations, please send me a message on Facebook or on Twitter. Come on, send me a message on Twitter or tag me on Twitter, and I can give you some recommendations of British accent pronunciation apps as well. To be very honest, when I started my English journey, I was much more in love with the British pronunciation than the American. Only after I lived in Boston in the USA that I really fell in love with the American English, because I fell in love with the culture. So that's why I always tell my students that English is so much more than words. It's about culture, it's about falling in love with the language, but every aspect of the language, okay? Let me know if you agree with this. Tell me if you agree that language is more, it's about history, it's about fun facts, it's about having fun with the language. So the first app is American pronunciation. If you go on your Android or if you go on your Apple phone, just type American pronunciation and you should see it. But I will leave the link, okay, in the descriptions or in the comments. As soon as I finish, I will leave the link. And what does this app do? It's a very simple app, okay, guys? You will see all the phonetic symbols, okay? Now, you don't need, as a student, as a speaker, to memorize all the symbols, but you need to know the sounds, okay? Now, some students, they see the symbols, the drawings, and they're like, I don't need to learn this. This is boring. I'm not a teacher. I just want to speak better. So they get disappointed. But that's not the purpose, okay? You will see the symbols, but focus on the sound. And each symbol you can listen to the sound, and also to very common words with those sounds, okay? And also after that, they also show you the position of the lips, how you should make the position of your lips to make that sound. Because you know, depending on the sound you make in English, if you open too much, if you open your mouth too much, you will not make the sound correctly. If you open too much, or if you close too much, or if your tongue is in the wrong position, wrong sound, okay? So it's nice because it shows you the symbol, then you can click, you will listen, and you can also see the video of the person making the sound. After that, you can see some words, some examples of words, and then you can do a quiz, you can do an exercise. You listen to the word and then you have to say, oh, what sound is this? Okay, so it's a very nice, simple exercise, amazing app. You can also find this kind of exercise online, okay, on the internet. But today everybody has a cell phone or a tablet, so it's very convenient, okay? Then the second app I recommend, I'm not sure how to pronounce this, so I will just say the letters, okay? It's ESLA Teacher. ESLA Teacher. I will also post the name of the app and the link in the descriptions, okay? And what does this, oh, this app, let me tell you, okay, don't be angry, but this is paid. Well, you have a free part of the app that you can use, okay? You have free lessons that you can enjoy and listen and do, but there is also a part that is paid. It's not very expensive, and I definitely recommend at least trying to use, okay? So try to use the app because I think it's a good investment. It's not a lot of money. And you can have all access for free for 7 days, so you can test the app and see if you enjoy or not, all right? And it's a really nice kind of app that are exercises. You can listen to the sound, and then the best part, you can record your voice, okay? And the teacher, the automatic AI, artificial intelligence, the artificially intelligent teacher will correct your pronunciation, okay? So you will do the lesson, you will learn the sound, then you will be able to record your voice, and after that they will give you a feedback. If it's wrong, you have to say it again. If it's correct, good job, next exercise. So this is great. They will work on word endings, pronunciation of word endings, pronunciation of vowel sounds, consonant sounds, the TH sound, the schwa sound that I saw many people talking about. It is very accurate, William. I was testing it for a few days, and I tested several times today, and I made some incorrect sounds just to I tested with my best English. And then I tested with my worst English just to see if the machine would tell me, no, you did a bad job, try it again. So it's good, okay? It's really good. It's nice for you to give it a try. I think it would be a very interesting app, okay? So it's a cool exercise that you can practice, and the best thing is that you can record yourself, and then the machine will correct you. It will give you an honest feedback for that sound. Did you make that sound correctly or not? All in all, these are some exercises that you can do by yourself. Look how nice internet is today. You can do these exercises by yourself. Nadia, I will share the link to where you can download these apps or get more information at the end of the live video. So come back to the comments after like 5-10 minutes after the video is over, because the links will be there, okay? So what I was saying, yes, these are some exercises you can do alone. All you gotta do is have some free time, and you can do these exercises on your own. You can use these apps to help you improve. You can read more about the linking words. There are so many websites. They have so many amazing explanations, details, phrases that you can practice that will help you work on the linking words, connecting the speech. These are all things you can do by yourself, but you need to dedicate time. You can learn the sounds individually. Sometimes this is not the kind of exercise that students feel that will help them improve speaking, because we want to speak, we want to talk, communicate, but sometimes we need to take a step back and really work on pronunciation of words individually, of sounds, understanding the sounds. Many students have trouble pronouncing the TH sound or the schwa sound, I am making a video. That's why I'm not going to talk so much about these two sounds, because I'm making a video about them. But this is practice and the position, okay? So these apps, they have these sounds, and the closer you get to the position of how to make this sound, the better your pronunciation will be. Valmir, I will share on the comments, as soon as the video is over, I will share the links and the app names, okay? Now, there is a YouTuber, and I love her. She's amazing. Let me see if I find the name of her channel. I think it's Rachel's English. You probably know it. Her channel is awesome, guys. Yes, it's Rachel's English. I'll also leave a link to her channel. She's really good. She makes several videos about pronunciation. So I think you should take some time to watch her videos too. They are very nice. I will also post this in the comments so that you can take a look at her channel. Many of you may already know her channel because it is very, very, very popular. And she makes some really cool videos showing the position of her lips, repeating the sounds very slowly. She really focuses on pronunciation quite a lot. Okay, so it's a nice channel for you to watch if you want to improve your pronunciation skills, because she's very detailed when it comes to pronunciation. I really like her videos. Okay, all in all, guys, these are my 3 tips. I'm answering one of you guys, one of the questions I got on Facebook. You have to post questions on Twitter, but it's okay. I'm glad you guys made the questions so that I could answer them. And the other questions that were not answered will become videos. Who knows? Or I can talk about them next week during next week's video. Okay. Some of you are answering and saying that you can you know Rachel's English channel. She's very good, as you see. That's very, very nice. Jaime saying, teacher, when you have an online course, that would be great. Yes, I'm working on that. I am developing a course, an online course, but it's gonna come out soon. Maybe next year, but I don't know if this year. I don't think this year, but it'll come. Okay, guys, today that is gonna be all right. I hope you guys had a good time with me, learning more English, listening to English, typing in English, chatting in English, and I'm so excited that you participated, that you were here spending this time with me. It's Friday. You could be doing so many other things, but here you were with me. So I want to thank you so much, and I hope you have an amazing weekend. Have fun. Follow me on Twitter, and if you want your question to be answered, don't forget to tag me there and post your question and your doubts, and I'll make sure to either answer here during the live video or during a video on my Tuesday and Thursdays videos, okay? So thank you all, and as usual, I will see you next time. Bye-bye, guys!